counting.
What? Why have you stopped counting? You got to. Is it on? Hello, for my fine friends. Welcome to yet another episode of Richard Herring's Twitch of Fun. Just as a sideways look at the news, and my goodness, what a lot of news we've got. Read all about it. Read all about it. There's some news coming this week. And look, I'm fed up of the puppets coming in. I'm fed up of, people saying they like the puppets more than me. I am the important one here. And I insist that it's just going to be me this week. I did a live show last week. It was embarrassing. It was the puppets let me down. They were terrible. And I was very good. So that's all I'm saying. So, yeah, back off. Back off. I'm going to do my news. So just gonna drink a second now. Oh, that's nice. Just a nice glass of Erdinger, non-alcoholic beer. Hope you enjoyed the live show. Some people in the chat room saying they enjoyed it. I thought it was embarrassingly bad. And what I want to show you is that I am professional. I'm good. I don't need the puppets. I can do this stuff on my own. And I'm gonna do this stuff on my own. And if anyone doesn't like that, we don't need props. Don't need stupid props. Don't need stupid puppets. Just this. A man's brain and his wits and his sideways look at the news. That's what it's going to be for an hour. And then you can go and watch Taskmaster, and I can probably go and have a wank. Probably try and have a wank. See what I can squeeze out. It's not much comes out anymore. Let's see if I can squeeze. Oh no, my wife's in tonight. Oh. That's the worst thing about getting married. Let's have a sideways look at the news. Saw this amusing news story. A man in Iron Maiden t-shirt saw over a 1983 Aberdeen murder. It's probably changed, only since then. Probably changed his clothes since then. So, don't go looking for the bloke in the, that's not a description, is it? You could just change it. Though he's an Iron Maiden fan, fair enough. It's probably one of you. Well done. Well done on your 1983 murder. I think you should turn yourself in to the authorities before you do something to a child. I'm not making light of the murder. I'm just, I'm making light of the headline. If you're watching the telly, go, oh, that's a bit Jimmy Carr that's a bit near the edge. Then, don't worry. It's about, people will know it's about the headline. So, that's the first joke I've got. Man in Iron probably changed out that way now. Did that one. I came up with that on my own. And here's another one I came up with. Mars. A new study gives best indication yet that there's liquid water on the red planet. Mate, I'm not going to Mars for water. I've got it in my tap. I can get it out my tap anytime I want it. I can get it out my tap anytime I want. So, can get it out my tap. So I don't need to do it. If they've found oxygen mines and three-breasted women on Mars, yeah, I'd be getting my ass to Mars. But they haven't, have they? You think this is the real Richard Herring? You're right, it is. It is me. I am him. So, I am him. So that's the kind of stuff I would do on my own. Good to see Hurricane Ian. Finally got round to Hurricane Ian. It's the funniest of names. Substantial loss of life after storm. Oh. I haven't said anything about Hurricane Ian all week. I've avoided saying, just joking about it. And then, that one's worked out badly. If the Channel 4, Channel 5 even, BBC 2, you never know, we're watching. I am back on BBC Two tomorrow night, 9 o'clock, in my fish capacity. I'm one of the fish on Gone Fishing. I'm swimming in the water, and Bob Mortimer and Paul Whitehouse are trying to capture me. And it's quite an episode. I get caught up in. They put a little snack on the end of it. And I eat it. Some yogurt they put in, and I couldn't resist it, and it's come out, and it's quite gruesome. I've got a hook in my cheek, but they take it out, and Bob Mortimer puts it back in the water, and he says, "And away." It's quite beautiful. Talking to Bob Mortimer, but I'm whisking through the news stories. A good job it's just me. Bob Mortimer, do watch me and him chatting away about testicular cancer tomorrow. Bob Mortimer gives health update after being secretly admitted to hospital. This is another instance of the newspapers, finding out little Richie Herring's got some exclusives and sticking them in the papers. Annoyingly, this one, A, was not that big a deal on the show and does not deserve a news story. A very funny show I did with Bob. And B, is the podcast isn't out for another couple of weeks, so I don't even get the publicity off it. But Bob Mortimer sells himself. He had an absolutely fantastic interview. He has had a return of his arthritis. This might be the problem. He'd been into hospital, is what he said, and then he didn't want to talk about it, so I didn't ask him about it. But he looked in very good form and was very, very funny. And I don't think you have anything to worry about, despite what some of the newspapers have been saying. But talking of Bob Mortimer and testicular cancer, he hasn't got it. I had it. It was me. It was me that had it. It was me that had it all along. My book, Can I Have My Ball Back, is there it is. It's out on October the 20th. It's got me there you can see me there on the front. That's the title. Can I have my ball back? Bob Mortimer gives a quote actually saying very funny, moving and heartwarming, and there's a quote from him on the cover. The other one actually is the only person who's read it. We didn't send it to anyone. Bob Mortimer says, Richard had one lopped off and I lapped it up. Wonderful book. It makes it sound like I had my testicle chopped off and then Bob Mortimer ate it to me, but that's fine. You can pre-order this book. I'm just holding it in my hand there. Let's see. Just hold it in my one hand. Should be easy. Oh, there we go. I'm holding it in my one hand. I've got the other hand here, look. My real hand. And you can get it from Waterstones with signed copies, one of which has a special prize. And I should have brought it up because I know what I'm going to give away. It's really good. So look out for that. There's 1 in 500 chance of winning that, maybe 550, but they've all got kind of little one-balled cocks drawn in them, and some of them have got more interesting stuff as well. So Go Faster Stripe will be selling them, and they are also going to have the inclusion of a gift that you can choose to buy alongside, made by Richard Eisen, who, look, I don't like the character of Richard Herring in this. He's a very mean man and is often rude about Richard Eisen unbelievably sometimes he breaks a prop that Richard Eisen has made and then he blames Richard Eisen for it, and it's his cack-handedness. I mean, look at this. I literally have a cack hand, so I'd like to apologise to Richard Eisen for the terrible things I've said about him and the implication that he may have had sex with my puppets. No, it's not been disproven, is all I'm saying. But anyway, if you wait for Go Faster Stripe, you can spend a little bit more and get something that looks a little bit like this. Hello, E on the right, Bollock. Oh, hold on. E. That didn't work. E on the right, Bollock. Yeah, you can. Yes, stands. A, if you die through notice, don't you have a chance of winning a little stress ball that looks a lot like me? It's very good. There aren't many of them in existence. And if you get it through Go Faster Stripe, you have a chance of your own little puppet of me. So, you decide. I'd quite like people to buy it from Waterstones to begin with if they can, just because the Go Faster Stripe ones don't go towards the sales and get me in the charts. But, Chris Evans deserves your money. So do 10 minutes without a single prop or puppet I've done 10 whole minutes. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Count them up. So take that, puppets. I don't need you. We will continue to give Twitch Fun out for free. We did charge a small amount to people who came to see the live show. I think it was £2.50 to see the live show last week. And still only about 50 people came. So, you know, what can you do? I hope you enjoyed it. If you came, thank you. It's always lovely to see you. I'm not going to be rude to you. It was very rude to your faces, as always. You can do your Twitch thing. If you're with Amazon Prime, you can give us money every month. But, you know, not enough people do it to make it even worth saying that out loud. But please give it to somebody. Also, we are going to relaunch the badge scheme. If you're already a monthly badger, just sit back and we'll get in touch with you and we'll tell you how you can get your hands on this. There's a new membership card, new membership pack. You get one of those badges and a little cocky carrot badge and an alley badge, different colour depending on how much you're paying. And while stocks last, and I think we're going to get some more, so stocks should last, of the No Sweat sweatbands from Prince Andrew. That will go to everyone who is paying £3 or more a month. If you're already a badger, we'll get in touch to just check your addresses and stuff. That will be happening soon, and you'll get these automatically. If you're not yet a badger, your £3, £5, £10, whatever you want to pay a month, will go towards making my non-commercial podcasts happen, which include this, stone clearing, snooker, anything else that basically isn't RHLSTP. If you're into RHLSTP, then you can join Acast Plus and get all the bonus extra stuff there. You don't get these lovely membership badges. And we'd rather, if you're going to choose between the two, you can do both if you want. We're not expecting you to. If you're going to choose between the two, do this badge one, because that money actually comes to us, whereas the Acast money goes to Acast, because Acast are paying us like a proper wage, but the badge money comes off that. So unless a lot of people join the Acast Plus, it's much better for us if you are a badger. But if you want to have all the RHLSTP extras, including the videos you get to see, not the live stream ones, but they come up when the podcast comes out, and backstage interviews and monthly podcasts where Ali interviews me and asks me emergency questions. Those are very entertaining. There was one of those up for free you can check out, and ad-free podcasts, all that sort of stuff. Then do it. So go to gofasterstroke.com/badges if you want to sign up for the monthly badges. If you're a new badger, you'll be at the back of the queue for getting these packs, because if you sign up for 1 month and then unsign up, which you can do, you're welcome to do, it'll be a horrible thing to do, you'll get the pack and it will cost us quite a lot of money. It would be good if you could stay being a badger for 3 months at least, and then we'll be in some kind of profit on these prizes. But if you're a horrible person, you can sign up for 1 month, get the stuff, and unsign up, except we're not going to send them out for 2 or 3 months. So we know your tricks. We're not falling for your tricks. And we might do a Christmas Kickstarter. Richard Ison is making some very nice things, and I don't want to take the piss, but he seems to love it. I think it gives his life purpose. You know, his kids have left home now. He's an old man. I mean, he's presumably younger than I am. And there's not much in his life, so I think it will make him happy if he could just sit like a little elf making Twitch of Fun based merchandise. We're trying to pay him. He won't take money, but hopefully we will pay him this time. He's a very nice man. You can trust him. Unlike most, I wouldn't take my children into the houses of many of you. Look. But my children have been to his house, and he was nice. He didn't. I mean, what more can you say about someone? He didn't molest my children, and so to me, out of all the Twitch of Fun fans, that makes him a prince among men, doesn't it? It makes him an incredible prince amongst men. Do take the money, but equally, if we can make money from these enterprises, we pay everyone from the RHLSTP stuff anyway, but we can start paying everybody who works on this show, properly. The puppets, they should all each take a wage. I should take a wage. Chris Evans, he does it for the love as well. He's he's a sad individual. So, but and I, more the Kickstarter, I think would more be that we can get you some nice, fun stuff to celebrate the show with. But we'll see. We'll see what goes on. Yeah, we do have to pay off Marmite Lid, you're right. So Marmite Lid is we have to earn. Maybe we should put a Kickstart of £100,000 together to pay Marmite Lid, and then the rest of us can just carry on with what we've got. But if you become a monthly badger, that's a massive help to us and really helps pay all of the the fees and the stuff like the cameras and stuff, and the electricity that goes into this, and the script writers who work so hard. You never see them. The way I perform it, you would think it's so natural that it's probably improvised. Everything is tightly scripted, and there's 20 or so script writers. It would be lovely to pay them. Some Twitch Fun Christmas cards would be lovely. Richard Ice made a beautiful right bollock Christmas tree decoration. I think those might be a bit too complicated to send out in great numbers, but we'll think of something. And it'd be nice to celebrate all these wonderful characters. Did somebody say masturbate? No, I said celebrate. Woohoo! It's me, Cocky Carrot. Woohoo! Your eyes have gone a bit weird. I had a new eye put on. There we go. Woohoo! They had a new one put on. That the one that's gone with. We travelling around with these puppets is a problem. One of Cocky Carrot's eyes fell off. What do you mean? I've got two eyes. My eyes can't fall off. They're in my head. Look, there it is. It fell off. And I've just been looking around for another eye for 5 minutes before the show. I was looking for some glue, first of all. You have to be very careful. Sybil's come out very badly. Still haven't done a theme tune for Sybil. Woohoo! There was something. Look, while you're here, Cocky Carrot, I wasn't going to have any puppets in this week. You ruined. Woohoo! It's me, Cocky Carrot. I'm the real live carrot that I came to life in a thunderstorm. I was struck by lightning. What's this? This hasn't happened before. And I was given the superpowers of being alive. And also looking like a gigantic penis. Are you using a new backstory? Watch me soon, coming to a theatre near you. In my amazing new film, Suit the Cocky Carrot. The Cocky Carrot. Orange Carrot. I don't think the Orange Carrot's a very good superhero name because, although John Lloyd will tell you otherwise, all carrots are. Most of them are orange. They weren't originally, but most of them are now. Woohoo! Did somebody say? Not. So I wonder what you thought about this. Cocky Carrot. My origin story of Cocky Carrot was that there was a carrot. There was a Sun newspaper article about a carrot that looked like a penis, and there was a girl holding on. Don't lick me. Health and respectfully, I'm the serious artist. Woohoo! Did somebody say lick? Yeah, you said it. Okay. And Marmite Lid similarly came from a story of a man who'd found a lid. In the old days, this was a very, very organic show. It's settled into rhythm now. We hardly ever see a news story and then say, let's make a puppet out of that. But maybe we'll one day again. This news story came up. My mum wanted to decorate and bought some statement wallpaper. We were mortified when it arrived as it looks very rude. Ooh, I like the sound of this. Yeah, but it's a visual thing. I don't know did somebody see whatever this is. I don't know if that's as good. So you can see it's a very prim-looking, nice middle-aged lady. This is written by Leanne Hall. That's a new double act for Stuart Lee and Harry Hill. His real name is Matthew Hall, so that's a very clever joke. I did once come across somebody called Leanne Herring, so, not literally. That would be weird. She was literally called Leanne. I didn't literally come across her. So this is, maybe there's a character in this, and maybe there's a character in this wallpaper. Let's see how, I can't wait to see how rude it is. I'm so excited. I like low night chunks all over the, why are you getting so much airtime? This is, woohoo. Well, if you're going to get loads of airtime, before we show you, let's play this.
He looks like a 10-inch penis crossed with Ed the Duck. He thinks he is the greatest and he doesn't give a damn. He's God's gift to vegetables and he's extremely phallic. What a fucking fucker! It's Cocky Carrot.
No, it's Cocky Carrot. Okay, let's have a look. So remember, this is the lady. She got some wallpaper. What did it look like? What do you think it looked like? I think it looked like cocks. I think it looked like cocks. We'll see. No, I don't know what it looks like. It looks like some kind of emu of some kind. I don't know. Is that what it's meant to look like? Woohoo! I don't know. I've never seen anything that looks like that. I've never seen anything that looks like that either. So I don't know what this. Woohoo! Woohoo! I don't understand. It looks a bit like sort of a Morlock with the one eye, and a Cyclops Morlock. That's what I think it looks like. That's what I think it looks like. Ooh, the Eye of Sauron. That's a Cyclops Morlock with the Eye of Sauron, I think it looks like. Which, imagine trying to get the rights to put that character out. This is in the Sun newspaper. I mean, maybe not in the newspaper, maybe just online. This was considered a story. Someone has bought some wallpaper and it looks... I mean, you know, if you've got anything on your body that looks like that, then see a doctor. You know, what is it? It's got like a massive beard underneath it. I don't remember that from if it's what you're... I'm not even sure I know what it's meant to look like. I'm genuinely not. That's what they feel news. They either listen to my podcast and just copy out stories from it. They've obviously watched the live feed or sent someone along to the Bob Mortimer one. You can still watch the live feeds, by the way, gfsboxoffice.com if you want to see it before everyone else. Eye of Sauron, Cyclops Morlock. That's going to be the title of this week's show. Write that down, someone, and email it to me to remind me, because I always forget everything. Woohoo! Did somebody say Cyclops, which is like a penis with one eye? Woohoo! Woohoo! Thanks, Cocky Carrot, for your participation. Someone's job was to, like, not only was someone's job like that, was to cut that. They had to come in. They had to go, yeah, we'll print that. Someone's job was to write it. Leanne Hall's job was to write up the story. I don't know. Should we have a look at some of Leanne Hall's work? I don't want to turn this into a witch hunt on old Leanne Hall. What's she done apart from wasted my valuable time? Let's have a look. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. That's why I can't find it. Save stories. Okay, Leanne Hall. This is your masterwork. A mum planning to redo her kitchen was left stunned when her daughter pointed out that the wallpaper she picked out looked very rude. If you've got a lot of imagination. Hazel went to her mum's house to see the new wallpaper and was left shocked by what the statement pattern resembled. What is it, Leanne? Tell me what it is. Hazel from the UK shared the video of her discovery on her TikTok account. So this is a journalist whose job is to look through TikTok. It went viral with 900,000 views. What did you do, June? She captioned the post. She then showed off the wallpaper with bright orange background with a beige and brown feather pattern, which someone correctly identified, shit feather. But she quickly pointed out the pattern could easily be mistaken for hairy vaginas. Now, the vagina is not that part of that's the hairy vulva, you may mean. But what kind of vagina has hair? Which way are we talking if we turn it upside down? Because like there's sometimes there's lots of hair above the vagina, right? But sometimes there's hair going round to the arsehole on the taint or the perineum, but it doesn't hang down like a. I mean, it's been a long time since I've seen like a really hairy one. They used to all be really hairy, but I don't think they were like hairy like that. It's just a little crack. It looks like a hairy vagina, Mum, she added, warning her mum that's what will be plastered over their kitchen, but June didn't seem too bothered. I know, it's lovely. Her mum wanted to look at a load of cunts on her kitchen wall, and if that's what she wants to do, then fuck off, Hazel, leave your mum alone. Mum's on the body positivity train, great spirit, off-base execution. Matches the carpet as well. Didn't read the whole story, I wouldn't have, that was tasteless. Very tasteless. Get off, this is rubbish. You know, I ditch us some cunts up when there's a big cunt sitting right in the middle of the screen. What, who you talking about? I'm talking about you fucking cunt. Don't swear. My mum and dad might watch this. They're back from their cruise and they might see this one. Woohoo! It's me, a cocky carrot. I mean, sorry. Hello. Oh, hello, Rattans. That was a good impression. It's me. Which side do you go on usually? Do you go on this side? No, this is the wrong side. I think you're on this side, don't you usually? Yes. Don't you know anything? I'm cheeky knee. I'm cheeky knee. Hold on. I'm winking at it. I can do it again. I'm winking at it. Oh, you did it both at the same time. You're getting better. I sure am getting better at speaking and doing bodily actions. I'm cheeky knee. Sit on it, Dada. Sit on my big fat cock. Why are you being so rude today? Sit on my big fat cock, Dada. You would love to sit on it. That's my mum you're talking about. And you usually leave it as a little entendre. We're not meant to. It's a big tappy nasty cock. And I got it from the cock shop. And everybody looks at it and says, oh, blimey, what a nasty fucking cock you got. Why is it? This is an old music hall song. What it is, and they used to do entendre. Look at his giant balls. Look at his tiny cock. I mean, massive cock. And everybody tills on it, and then they get a shock when I sunk up all nice. You do what? When I what? Let me sing. Stop laughing. It's a very serious song. I can laugh and you can sing. When I sunk at all, I seen another 100 dirty seamen. And they seen I loved the ocean. What a lovely cock. Sit on my cock. Well, the Victorian times were a lot bawdier than I remember. Oh, what a gigantic penis. I've never seen a swan as big as that penis. Stop singing dirty songs. You've come out with like a blaze of... Where was this last week when we were on stage? Fucking in front of people. Oh, you know, can't think of anything. And now you're coming out and making up ditty. I'm not making it up. It's an old musical ditty. Sing it again then if you didn't make it. I don't want to sing it again. There's 100 little seamen all cuddled in my seamen. That's not the right way around. And they're writing it up with a little sailing cloth. They're doing what? They're wiping it off with a little sailing cloth. What's a sailing cloth? It's a cloth that sailors have, Richard, to wipe off seamen. Because they're called seamen. They often get covered in seamen. And, you know, some of them don't like being covered in seamen or like it for a short while and then it coagulates a bit. It's colder. So they wiped it off with a little sailing cloth. And they give a little cough and they say, hey, I'm off. I don't know if that's wiping off. I think that's two lots of off. They give the little cough and they say, I'm tranked off. No, that can't be Victorian. There was a character called Frank Bott in Victorian times. Oh, God, I can't... But where did this come from? Where did all that stuff come from? From out of my head, Richard. You're not in charge of this show. I can come up with stuff too. I just thought today, I was so tired today. You're always tired. I have 2 kids and I keep waking up in the middle of the night because they keep waking me up. And I thought, I don't know, this is going to be a difficult show. We're not going to come up with anything. It'll be like last week. We're just sitting there and the fucking puppets aren't coming up with anything. And you jump out your little... I was left in the docks for 10 minutes listening to you witching on with your hands. Oh, what's wrong with my hands? That's not even your real hand. How dare you? How dare you think that? This is not... Look, it's would I hit myself in the face with a hand that wasn't real? Hello, Rattans. Anyway, it's me, Ali. It's good to be back. How you doing? I see you've been talking about big cunts on a wall, and, you know... What, you're going to say, got a joke for it? Just trying to think of the song. I can only think of Humpty Dumpty on a wall. You can only think of Humpty Dumpty? Yeah, I can only think of Humpty Dumpty. He wasn't that much of the cunt, was it? I mean, he's a big egg. He sat on a wall. It's a stupid thing to do. Shall we do some news stories rather than singing bawdy songs? Oh, Victoria Regina came and showed me her vagina. It was as big as a ship that launched 1,000 ships. It was as big as a ship that launched 1,000 ships. It was as big as the harbour that you near and then the throne, the days of the harbour, from harbour, that launched 1,000 ships. launched 1,000 shits. So there's this song that Queen Victoria's vagina launched 1,000 shits. Yep. So Queen Victoria's chat out of her vagina. Oh, Queen Victoria. I'm glad that you chose Queen Victoria to sing this about. It was about her. And I'm glad you didn't update it, because that would be very appropriate. Oh, King Charles' Regina has a massive vagina, is digging up the toll over your head. And that's the head of the person who has the vagina. So he gets his vagina and he throws it under his head. I mean, the vagina, that's not the vagina you're talking about. And then everybody looks at him and said, oh, look at the Queen. She's jumping in the sea. It's falling apart, isn't it? I mean, that's not as good. You did very well with the other one. I didn't make it up, Richard. I know you made it up because I've never heard you sing it before. I know you made it up as you went along, and it was incredible. It was a feat of comedic genius. I don't know how you did it, but then it's fallen apart, isn't it, when you've come into, oh, the grand old Duke of York, he loved to eat some pork. That's good. I'm glad he's eating it. He stuck it up his fucking ass, and that made everybody talk. Okay. Queen Victoria Regina had a pig in her vagina. This is awful stuff. She called it Mr. Smelly Fishy Sow. She called it Mr. Smelly Fishy Sow. And the thing that made everybody feel like they were very sorry was that nobody really ever knew how that Mr. Smelly Sow had got in the Queen Victoria's vagina, and why it was left there when she was the Queen of the British Empire. God save our gracious Queen. Is that what we'll do? You'd say all that stuff and then you go into the national anthem. Long live the noble Queen. God save the Queen and her massive vagina. It's not even anatomically correct. So I would like to apologise to any Channel 4 executives or whatever. Oh, my ring's come off my ring finger now. About this show. This isn't what I imagine the show being at all. I imagine the show being quite a highbrow show. And not, I've got like a load of vaginas behind me as I'm trying to say. What if this is the clip that gets taken out and put on Twitter, and then Channel 4 are looking at it and they go, why has that guy got a load of vaginas behind him when he's trying to do an impassioned speech about how this is a highbrow show? It's a highbrow show, and you know, I want to try and break out of this doing stuff in my attic, get back on the TV. I'm gone fishing tomorrow, but it's only like 5 minutes. Then they said I had to go home. Excuse me. I mean, even if at least the vagina picture wasn't there. There was something, you know. They were just like, let's put on something appropriate that no one could get upset about. Like that. God save the Queen, Richard. Well, you know, it's too late to say that, isn't it? Well, all right, just God look after the Queen now she's in heaven, and save her from, you know, being snatched by the ghoulies. Snatched by the ghoulies, yeah, and taken down to hell. Do you think that happens? Oh, I thought so in heaven. Don't you think you're in heaven, you're a good person, and the devil and his ghoulies? I don't think the devil has ghoulies. He's got ghoulies, Richard. Oh, he's got ghoulies. He's got ghoulies. He sit on it. Don't say sit on it to the... He's saying sit on it to the devil. The devil can sit on it. God can sit on it. Don't. Dear, what a week to be watched by all the TV executives. You know, they could grab the art of the Queen, wouldn't they? They'd want the Queen in hell. She's in heaven, Richard. I'm not saying she deserves to be in hell. I'm not winking at it. And they could grab her, take her down to hell. God can't do fucking nothing about it. Stop swearing. Don't need to swear. We can do this as a clean show. Just be careful. Just watch out. Calm down. Calm down. The Queen death certificate shows that the Queen died of old age. Oh, really? Fucking no shit, Sherlock. Don't be rude. Oh, well, is that the fucking job of the coroner? He's got the most important one in history in front of him dead. And he goes, yeah, oh, I think she died of old age. How old was she? 96? Oh, yeah, she died of old age. Yeah, just stick that on the death certificate. They can't cut her open and have a look, can they? She's the queen. They have to just go, oh, be respectful. You died of old. You don't die of old age. Well, she did die of old. You don't die of old age. She'll have died of some. Is that one of my kids shouting? Should have died of. Did I hear a Victorian ghost child? Don't think so. Should have died of something. And then they can't find out. The thing I liked about this, I don't know if you can see, it says under occupation on her death certificate. It says Her Majesty the Queen, which I think it should just been Queen, shouldn't it? It's not her occupation, isn't Her Majesty the Queen. She is Her Majesty the Queen. Occupation, Queen, ruling stuff. And I don't know what it's like when she rings up for car insurance. When I ring up for car insurance and say I'm a comedian, they go, it's not on the form. I'm a writer, not on the form. When she ring up and go, I want to insure my car. Hello, it's me, the Queen. I'd like to insure my car. It's something when you're saying that, Richard. I'm being the Queen. I'm being the ghost of the Queen. I'll be the ghost of the Queen. Hello, it's me, the Queen. I'm the ghost of the Queen. I'd like to insure my car. Who's saying that? It's the Queen. Is there a ghost in here? And, what's your job? Queen. It's not on my form. Have they got monarch? They got, I wear a lot of hats. That was her job. She died at 3:10. Didn't tell us, did they, for a couple of hours, the fuckers? There should have been someone with a camera trained on that. She's our queen. We paid for her. We should have known at 3:11. I'll give a minute for them to go around and tell the family. Then the rest of us have to know. What do you put on you when they ring you up for driving? Richard, I can't drive. There were no cars when I was a young man. Were there not? No. I never learned to drive, Richard. I was stuck in the docks. If I did drive, I wouldn't have any car insurance. I'd just drive around willy-nilly. Okay. Well, I mean, you came out today out the blocks, and I came out a bit much because it was a bit much, wasn't it? It was a bit much. Came out a bit fast with that funny song, just like fully formed, flying out of your head. Because it's a song from the musical. I don't believe that. I've never heard it. What did you like the Mars story? Yeah, well, Richard, what do you think? You need water on Mars, don't they? Well, it's not. There's no water. I can tell there's no water on Mars because you look at all the pictures and it's just red dust on there. There's no water there, is there? It's dust. Maybe it's frozen red water. No, it's dust. So I don't know why the scientists are even bothering with this. It's a waste of time. Is there water on Mars? Jumping down the jug hole. Oh, and then you should have seen those astronauts go. It was the morning show. Is there water on Mars? Run out of breath, did you? Yeah, you seem to run out of breath a bit as well. Not really. I wasn't, I would have taken a breath if that was me. You didn't seem to take a breath. And I certainly didn't take a breath. I don't know why that went on. The chances of the water being on Mars are about 3 to 1, they said. The chances of there being some water on Mars were 3 to 1. And scientists say that there might be some there. So it's not that surprising. Liquid water on the red planet. Mars, is that a real... Richard, I know there is some water. There's some fluid anyway. What? There's some fluid. Yeah, I'll tell you where in space there is some fluid. Oh yeah, whereabouts? I didn't know there was fluid. And what, on planet Earth? No, Richard, there's fluid on Uranus. I'm winking at it. Go on then. I'm flea-bagging. Yeah, you are flea-bagging. I'm cheeky me. Uranus. What, is there fluid on Uranus? Yes, there's quite a brackish fluid, Richard. It's a brackish fluid, yes. How do they know? No, they've done some scientific surveys. Very salty liquid. It's smeared all over Uranus. Is it? Yeah. Right, you know the big crack in Uranus? I didn't know there was a crack in Uranus, no. Not my anus, Richard, Uranus. There's not a crack in anyone's anus. You ruined it because an anus doesn't have, buttocks have a crack in it. If you were trying to do if you're trying to trick me into thinking you meant the planet and not my anus, don't say there's a crack in my anus. There's a hole in Uranus. There is a hole in Uranus, yeah. There's down to the elect, and that hole is full of dodgy. What fucking hell? What's wrong with you today? We've got one thing on your mind. Just like, let's keep it high. Let's keep it above the gutter. Seen 100 seen is right at Uranus. Well, that's by and by. What I do in my spare time is between me and my conscience. You know, it's nice to be the letterbox, isn't it, sometimes? And those seamen work very hard out at sea. They say they're seamen, Richard. Well, if they're not seamen, they did a good job. Let's have a look at some of the other news. Well, the big news story is, of course, the Tory MPs are not panicking yet. It's worse than that. Truss has been Prime Minister for 22 days, 12 of which have taken up mourning the death of the Queen. Yet at least one Tory MP is already privately predicting that Truss will be gone by Christmas. She seems to have fucked up the country royally properly. I thought the world couldn't get any worse, but I think this winter is going to be absolute hell, worse than any of the COVID crisis, and it's all down to little Lizzie Truss got in off the votes of a few Tory voters. The only good news is that at the moment the Tories are projected to win like 70 seats, which would be awesome, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be awesome? But they'll turn it around. They'll bring back Boris. They'll turn it around somehow. But out of balance, yeah, like the MASH report here, and it's not just me and my crazy left-wing views. Because I'm a socialist, I believe in redistributing the wealth, not my wealth, other people's wealth. So let's go over to our correspondent.
He's the top from a jar of yeast extract who always loves to kid. He says what we're all thinking, but the woke crowd will forbid. He's on a yearly contract for 100,000 quid. You'll love him or you'll hate him, it's Marmite Lid.
Hello, it's me, Marmite Lid. Yeah, did you see us, John Chidney, Richard? Because they don't like woke comedians. I'm just going to go and check Neffy's going on with my kids a sec. So I've got a little 2-minute piece for you to listen to. We'll come back, Marmalade. Oh, that's some good stuff to say. I know, but let's just check everything's right because I'm hearing some noises and I'm looking after kids on my own, I think. Actually, my voice back. I'm just going. Anyway, watch this. He's a cheeky little monkey who's also rather cute. He can solve any problem with a magic little toot. His instrument's enchanted and no one can refute. It's Tim Key the monkey and his magic flute.
Hoi! Hello, I'm Tim Key, and this is my magic flute. I wonder what adventures I'll get up to today.
Help me! My cat is stuck in that tree. Meow!
I can help. I'm Tim Key.
The magical monkey?
The same, though I should point out that I am a regular monkey. It is my flute that has magic powers.
This isn't the time for semantics, Tim Key. My cat is in trouble. Meow!
Okay, here I go. I'm climbing the tree now.
Bzzz. Tim Key, watch out for that wasp's nest.
Ow, I'm being stung by wasps.
Meow! Save my cat, Tim Key.
He's just on the end of this branch.
Are you sure that branch can take your weight?
Why is that line in there? I think it'll be okay. I'm just a small monkey. If I can just reach him.
Crack!
Ah!
Are you okay, Tim Key?
No, I'm not. I've smashed my fucking face in.
Oh dear, well, never mind. The cat came down on his own. Meow! One thing I don't understand.
Go on.
Why didn't you use your magic flute to rescue the cat?
Oh, yeah, no, I forgot about that. I'm a daft.
Yeah. If anyone wants to illustrate that at home, just illustrate it, send it in. Tim Key the monkey there. That was a little extra bonus we gave you. It's fine, it's my wife's just returned. I thought it was the kids messing around, but it was my wife. She's come back. She was out at the pub. We're organising a comedy night for the village. It's all fine. That lovely illustration of, you may have heard me write that sketch on Rahulastapa, was Philidia Hickish. I think I got that right. So thank you very much to her. you know, she's the first person to do it, and I think that'll be hard to beat. She did a pretty fine job there, and especially the little mannerisms of Tim Key I enjoyed. Might see if I can persuade Tim Key to come out of retirement, record some more of those. If Lydia doesn't know what she started. But, you know, anyone can illustrate them. Anyone can do it. Anyway, sorry, Marmite Lid. It's all right. What were we talking about? You were going to do... Yeah, hey, it's me. The crowd, the woke crowd, the non-woke crowd. What are they, woke or not? They're non-woke. At your gig. Ludney tonight. I don't know if they did, but they got me a cheer. They did cheer you. There was a group, a room full of adults, and I brought a stinking lid from a Marmite bottle, just smeared in Marmite out of a box, and they all went crazy. Yeah, because they're Ludney and night. Because I don't, you know, I say it like it is. I'm not woke. I don't know whether that's it. Anyway, Rich, I think Liz Truss is doing a great job. Oh, you would think that, yeah. You're like, this is like the MASH report, isn't it, when they have, what's his face on? Yeah, Norcott, Jeff Norcott. You're like Jeff Norcott. No, I'm not like Jeff Norcott. No, that's not fair to you, Jeff Norcott. Jeff Norcott isn't just like a lid with some Marmite smeared on it. He's a good bloke. He's an interesting bloke. You're not interested. You're like one of the really bad and anti-woke comedians. There's loads of them. That's what's being parodied here, rather effectively with that Marmite lid. Yeah, it's great, isn't it, Richard? No, it's not. And anyway, the market's going wrong and the economy going wrong. It's nothing to do with Quasi or Liz. They're doing a brilliant job. You know, the rich give the rich a little more money, and that's that, isn't it? Than giving it poor people who just waste it on food and stuff. Give it to someone who'll send it on some high-end luxury stuff. And anyway, the reason the market's going wrong, Richard, is because the markets were worried that Keir Starmer might be Prime Minister next. And so that's what? They're worried about Keir Starmer? Yeah. So it's Keir Starmer's fault. Keir Starmer's fault, Richard, because the markets have got jittery, worried that Keir Starmer might be the Prime Minister, and that's what sent everything spiralling down. Well, but I've heard a few people say this as if it's a clever thing to say rather than a ridiculous load of bullshit. But why would they be worried about Keir? If it was such a brilliant policy, why are they worried about Keir Starmer becoming? Surely they would only be worried about it being Keir Starmer become Prime Minister if the policy was so bad that it would mean the Tories were wiped out and then Keir Starmer was the Prime Minister. So the reason they did it was because the reason that happened was because of the budget, the mini budget. No. Liz, give her a chance, Richard. She's good at stuff. I mean, she's about as good as you are at doing interviews, from what I heard this morning on the radio. Well, give her a chance, is what I say. She's a good egg. All right, go away. Look, it's 10 to 9. Do buy my book. Can I have my ball back? Did somebody say... Oh, hold on. Did somebody say ball? Yeah, I did. Like a testicle. It is a testicle in the thing. That's fine. We got to get Sybil. This is how I imagine the theme tune for Sybil go. Sybil, Aqua Sybil. She's led. What are these strange enchantments I hear whenever you're near? I'll change it a bit so it's not quite as much like the Marina. Oh, Sybil, the siren Sybil. We'd like to hear what's happening next. So come and tell us what it is. Okay, so it'll be something like that. That would be the tune. I've got to get the... Ben texted me that. Here she is anyway. Here's Sybil. Ooh, just did a fart. Who did? You didn't predict that, did you? I didn't predict that. Ooh, it is I, Sybil. I'm in so much pain. You can't be in pain as well. That's a cocky carrot. I live in the past, in the present, and the future, and nobody knows how hard my life is. But I will tell you what is coming in the future for now. All right, let's have a look at your last week's. You said the International Day of Ataxia Awareness would be on the 25th of September. Going to check that. Before anyone says check it, I'm going to say check it. 25th September. Let's see if you got it right. Ataxia. Don't know what ataxia is, but I guess you do. It is. It was International Ataxia Awareness Day. It's used to describe a group of disorders which any part of the body can be affected. People with ataxia have difficulties with balance and walking. So, it's good thinking about. I had trouble with balance and walking, Richard. So that's why that one spoke to me. You do. That's good. Well, let's see what else, because now I've left the WhatsApp message behind. Something to do with a penguin, a roulette wheel, and a blue penguin. Yes, Richard. That is what I predicted, and so it must be so. I don't think anything. I don't know if anything happened with. I don't think anything happened. I didn't see anything in the news about a penguin, a roulette wheel. Someone saying check it in the. I better check it. We'll check it. So penguin, roulette wheel, and blue penguin. I've slightly on this. I hope we can sort that out. Penguin and a roulette wheel and a blue penguin. Spin the roulette, break the ice service, save penguin action pack game, penguin suit Mario, roulette fan animation deck by Mechanic Industries, penguin live Russian roulette magic tricks. Can't see anything here. That is exactly what I said. Okay. Yeah, not sure about that. I think that one didn't come true. Let's see what your next one is. Eric Idle will be fine. Yeah, I think he is fine. Well, I think should we check it? I mean, yeah, he didn't even do a Liz Truss. Didn't do anything with Liz Truss. That would have been the obvious thing. If you could have predicted the breakdown of society, that would have been useful. We're checking it. Let's see. Eric Idle is. Let's put. Is Eric Idle okay? Is Eric Idle okay? Eric Idle, born the 29th of March 1943. Is no death date there. 79 years old. That's weird to think, isn't it? He's the richest python. Is Eric Idle a nice person? People often ask. Let's not check that out. Shall we check it? Let's check it. Is Eric Idle a nice person? Eric Idle was the nicest of the 6 members of Monty Python. He was born in the north of England. When I say nicest, he obviously wasn't the nicest. Michael Palin is generally recognised as being the nicest. Actually, Terry Jones is pretty nice. And certainly he's very nice at parties. He's okay. I think he is okay. So that's... Why is he the richest python? I wonder why he is. Let's see what's next. Fracking will cause an explosion in Lancashire. Exactly as I predicted, Richard. Well, I think this one, I don't think I need to check it. I think this one came true, didn't it? People asking why. It's because of the Spamalot show, yeah, because he did Spamalot. There was a fracking explosion in Lancashire. Maybe not like you think, but on local radio in Lancashire, someone asked the Prime Minister about it and she couldn't answer and it was an explosion. So well done that you got that. I'm calling that correct. Paddy McGuinness will fail to be in the news. I didn't see him in the news. It wasn't a literal explosion. That's the thing. You have to not. Sometimes you have to. I do want to be finished out of here in time for Taskmaster. Paddy McGuinness, latest news. Paddy McGuinness. I'm not seeing any news. Let's have a look. Latest news on Paddy McGuinness from the Mirror. 17th of September. No good. Christine McGuinness. That's about Christine McGuinness. Beaming Christine McGuinness. It's all Christine McGuinness. And this is Paddy McGuinness news. It's all Christine McGuinness. That's it. You're right. There was no news with Paddy McGuinness. That's come out. Holly and Phil. Holly and Phil will be sacked from this morning for being terrible people. More or less. No, didn't happen. Should I check it? I mean, I think Holly might be sacked, but Phil's going to be all right because Phil's management. I don't know if you know this. Yes, I know everything. Phil's management have a lot of sway in the newspaper industry, and they represent a lot of people. So if people piss them off, they won't give them the stories, and so that's why it's all falling on Holly and not on Phil. But I'll check it. Are Holly and Phil still? It's terrible what's happened to them. All they've done was push in a line. For Holly and Phil sacked. But woman who started petition for Holly and Phil to sack from this morning says it's destroying her. Wow, she's getting destroyed. Holly Willoughby and Philip Schofield misrepresented and won't be fired, said the ITV bosses. That's the opposite of what you predicted. They regretted the woman who called for Holly and Phil to be sacked as a modern-day morality tale. I want to read about that. I didn't see this. Laura Harrison, who created the Change.org petition, has recognised, it seems, that giving people the outlet to pour vitriol on those in public life will lead to harmful behaviour. Wow. So that's, be careful what you wish for, because you could become the centre of that storm yourself. And, judge not lest ye be judged. If you start judging other people and saying, why have they done things wrong, then people have a right to look at your lifestyle and say, what have you done? Just be more forgiving and listen to people's explanations and stuff. And if they seem phony, then, make a decision based on that. But you don't have to call for people to be, even if they did jump the queue, they missed the whole point of the queue. The queue was the point. It wasn't seeing the coffin of that dead lady was inside, was it? It was about the experience of queuing for a long time to see it. Then seeing the coffin doesn't mean anything. It's the fact you waited all the time to see it. That was the point of the queue, Holly and Phil. Didn't you understand that? So getting to the front of the queue, even if you did, if you didn't, I don't think you did, I think you were just doing your job, then you've missed out. David Beckham didn't miss out, he was there. Susanna from This Morning didn't write, Breakfast TV, she didn't miss out. Some other people probably. There's a lot to think about there. And that's it. Those are. We've got to do some predictions for next week. Fucking hell, we're never going to wrap this thing up in time. With all those music hall songs. Some weeks, just nothing, innit? Some weeks terrible, nothing happens. We haven't even covered the herpes virus. Cancer payments, tumours shrink and disappear after treatment with herpes virus. That it's fighting one disease with another disease, fighting a horrible disease with another horrible disease. I haven't got cancer, but I've got herpes. But, that's better, and it's better to have herpes than cancer. Could have done a lot with that if we'd had time. Right, Richard, what's coming up? Paddy McGuinness will have three fingers sliced off in an accident. Oh, my goodness, I hope not. Mike McGuinness loses 3 fingers. Okay. What else is going to happen? Liz Truss will die. Fucking hell. Okay, any more news on how that happens? No, it's definitely, that's a definite. That's nailed on. Metaphorically or literally? I am not at liberty to say that definitely, literally. Okay. Anything else going to happen in the news? An asteroid will attack the Earth. Will attack it, yeah, in return to us attacking the asteroid. So an asteroid, because, yeah, we did attack. You could have got that one, couldn't you? An asteroid will attack the Earth, not hit the Earth, yeah. Anything else? What do you think, Richard? I don't know. I don't do this. Richard Herring will get herpes. I'll get herpes? You just saw that picture. I mean, I won't get herpes. How am I going to get herpes? You will see, Richard. You will see I'm right. Is your beard gonna... You've got to look a beard like a wallpaper vagina there. Thank you. Will, what about the economy? Is the economy going to be... Okay, the economy will be fine. None like Lid's correct. It's better to give rich people money than give it to poor people. Oh, well, 2 of you. So the economy fine. Okay, there's a lot of predictions coming here. Anything else? Close your eyes, Richard, and think of something. I'm thinking of a carrot because I just saw a carrot before I closed my eyes. That doesn't count. Think of something that doesn't count. Clock. What time's on the clock, Richard? I can't see it. I mean, I can't see anything. I don't know what you're asking me to see. I just had a sort of feeling the clock. Think, Richard, this is dead air time. If you do light bulb, clock, light bulb. I mean, I think it's just got a sort of light bulb. Think of something, Richard. A daffodil came in. Daffodil, clearly. So clock, daffodil clock. It might be just someone blows a daffodil clock into a light bulb. Could be that. Good. I'll see you next week for more proof of my majesty. There we go. Right. Well, let's wrap things up so you can get. I'd like you guys to be able to watch Taskmaster. There's only a minute to go. You might just miss the beginning. Or, you could watch it on YouTube later on. It's been a lot of fun, hasn't it, Richard? No birthday donkey, no birthdays this week. If you want a birthday, herring1967 @gmail. Send a JPEG, please. And make sure it's a lovely well worked out thing with whoever you want the birthday for. We didn't do, Trump wouldn't use the same toilet as Obama and got it changed. Who knows? We sort of covered that. Holly's had a week from hell. Hurricane Ian's been going on. Oh, and Mackenzie Scott has filed divorce from her second husband. I was asking my wife if she'd go along with this. I thought I should divorce my wife, marry Mackenzie Scott. This is the wife of Jeff Bezos, the Amazon guy. They got divorced. She got a lot of money. Then she's got married, and then they've got divorced, presumably split the money a bit. Then I marry Mackenzie Scott. Then I get divorced from Mackenzie Scott. I get the money. Then I remarry my wife. Do you think that would work? I think that could work, Richard. She's a nice-looking lady, Mackenzie Scott. So I would put myself through that. I'd have to act the part. Is all I'm saying. But it would be, if my wife is watching this, it would be just. I would only be doing it because I love you. Look, I wear the ring that was put on our wedding day. I've worn that. I've never taken it off this hand, and I love you, and I would be thinking about you all the time, and then I could get divorced and come back. It's an idea, isn't it? At least probably get free Amazon Prime out of that. That's probably part of the deal I'd get. So have you had fun today? I've had a lot of fun, Richard, singing the old songs from the music hall. Oh, little Tommy Rollocks had a pair of gigantic dollocks. I don't want to hear this. They were so big they reached to his knees, and one day he came into quite a lot of things because his knees got stung by some these. So that made him famous, yeah. He had dirty little hornets swinging round his cornet. Is that his penis, yeah? And a wasp that got right on the end of his dick. It's not funny, Richard. Sorry, it's a serious song. And when everybody said, let's look at his scrotum, Ned, you've let it go again. They could see it was as thick as I've forgotten what I had to rhyme with now. Yeah. Oh, Elizabeth Regina. No one was as a finer. Oh, that's nice. She was the greatest queen who sat upon the throne. And now she is gone from the throne. She is gone. And we've got the gigantic trick sitting on it instead. All right, there's no need to be. We didn't get to talk to the Duke of York this week. But we got to see Tim Key. So he's not yet in the credits. Maybe if we do a few more of those, dependent on Tim Key recording the audio. We will see you next week. So the chances of the water being found on Mars were 3, 2, 1, she said. Yeah, we've done it. We've done that one. Take a look at the Lord then, fighting in the jungle. All right. This the light on Right, breath, didn't you? I ran out of the breath again. Thanks very much, everyone. Enjoy Taskmaster. See you soon. Enjoy gone fishing tomorrow, relativity tomorrow. Buy my book. Join the badges. Bye.